tired, Melissa.
Amy always criticizes my voice. She
I'm
doesn't
not
like my
criticizing.
singing. She doesn't like my
I
accent.
didn't say I didn't like your singing. Well, the accents we've got to talk about. But okay, so we have a very special guest with us. So go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody and tell us who you are and what you do.
I'm Jason Stewart. I am Director of Customer Success for ObjectiveEd, and BuddyBooks is probably how folks know us best.
Right. So what is
I have
that?
heard about BuddyBooks.
It's a
I
great
want
tool.
to know more, though.
It's a great tool. So we're actually funded out of the National Science Foundation, and the whole premise behind what we're doing, kids have great curriculums. They have great instruction, right? We're here at the International Dyslexia Association Conference. You can walk around, and there's all of this learning about structured literacy, and yet kids still struggle to read.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Right.
Why do we think kids read? Do y'all, what's your...
Well, I mean, we were teaching them how to read when they come to us as therapists. We're teaching them how to read, but it's getting to that authentic, connected text level and the comprehension piece that I think is still kind of a hazy area for a lot of instructors.
And their inferiority complex. Like, they don't feel like they can do it.
That's exactly it. And the missing critical piece, we feel, is not instructional, it's the practice component.
Yeah.
You can teach kids how to read all day long, but if they don't take those skills and practice them, it doesn't generalize. It's just like playing basketball, driving a car, playing the piano. If you don't practice it, you don't get better.
Right.
And so that's what the National Science Foundation funded us to try to solve, is the problem that kids today don't read anymore. And why is that? It's these devices, right?
It's not fun. You know, I saw a thing, and I'm going to wildly, incorrectly misquote it, but it was research about parents who said they didn't read, why they didn't read to their kids, and they go, because it's not fun for us. And I'm like, well, that's part of parenting.
Right.
You know,
How many things as parents do we do that aren't fun? We were having a conversation about that before.
Yeah, that we have, absolutely.
So with BuddyBooks, essentially they're co-reading with a computer partner.
Nice.
The computer reads out loud, the kid reads out loud, they go back and forth, but while they're reading, we're analyzing their voice. And so we can tell you how long they read, how well they read. We're looking at metrics, accuracy, fluency, skip rate. And teachers are able to go in and use that data from when they weren't physically sitting with the kid to help inform instruction. And it's also a novel way to get kids to read, especially older students, because the older kids get, if they're not good readers, what do they not want to do?
They're not going to read.
Especially out loud. And there's something magic, I think, about the out loud component that goes along with it.
And we don't
I have
see
two
that.
questions.
Go ahead.
Is that AI based? Like, are you doing AI with that?
We are. So we're using AI to analyze the voice.
Okay.
And then the voicing that we use in the system is also AI generated. But it's not the AI voicing of old where it sounds like robots.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I could play it for you, and if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't necessarily know that it was not a human reading the book.
Okay.
Very
And
high
then
quality.
my second question is, are the stories on their interest level?
There are a couple of different ways that you get content with us. We have some of our own content that we have written. We've taken in, especially for older kids, done a lot of historical fiction that's written on a lower level so that they're able to access it. We also partner with Bookshare. Are y'all familiar with Bookshare?
Yeah. They
So-
had a grant with Texas for a while.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
So we partner with Bookshare not for their tool, but for their content. So any kid that's eligible for Bookshare
Okay.
is able to read Bookshare content through BuddyBooks. And so that opens up a library of 1 million plus books. So
Right.
you name it, kids can read it. If they're reading, peers are reading Harry Potter,
Right.
they can do it. I was telling a story at the booth earlier. There's a young lady that I worked with that was 7th grade. She wanted to read the Lord of the Rings series, but it was much too hard for her.
it is. It's
So what
hard.
we did is we changed the reading mode. We put it in sentence mode instead of paragraph. She got the computer read a sentence. She read the next
I like
sentence.
that.
The computer read back and forth. Now I can't imagine reading the Lord of the Rings a sentence at a time, but she was motivated by it. It's what she wanted to read. It's what her peers were reading. She not only read the first book in the Lord of the Rings series, literally gives me goosebumps every time I tell this story. She read the entire Lord of the Rings series a sentence at a time.
The series, not
The
just a
series,
single
the
book.
whole book,
series.
the whole book. When she got done, she
incredible.
said, "Okay, that was hard. I want to take a break." And we went back and she did, I don't know, with Little House on the Prairie or something
yeah.
really
Oh,
simple.
nice.
And then she came back and said, "Okay, I'm ready to go again."
Wow.
And she wanted to do The Hobbit, which is the prequel.
Right.
That child has
right.
read. And without the accessibility of BuddyBooks, she never would have been able to do that unless she was just well, she just wouldn't have been able to do it.
You
Okay,
know,
so,
oh, go ahead.
sorry, I've got question after question. So how does this work for private practice people?
Yeah, great question. So we work with we work with parents, we work with tutors, we work with schools. Private practice setting, it's just, you can buy individually, you can actually purchase organizationally if you have a large tutoring practice. We're also with a lot of different states with their ESSA funds, so that parents that have access to those funds are able to purchase directly.
Are you in the PDSES for
We are.
Texas? Yes.
We are.
Okay, that's awesome to know because I have parents, I'm a provider for that or of services for that. But then, sometimes you have to use your funds up by a certain date.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, we're not going to get to it. So you might want to start to look at accessibility
It's an
tools.
excellent resource to use those funds for. In my opinion, it's better than buying a computer or an
Yes.
iPad that's just going to sit or they're going to
Yes.
play games on. Something meaningful that they can do with it.
You know what I also like, because you said it's not that robotic voice, and when we would do back in the early days of audiobooks, my students hated the robot voice that would read to them because they're like, I'm too distracted by it. And I'm like, yeah. And then some of them had the over the top accents that are being
Right.
used with it. They're like, I can't focus because I'm too busy listening to the Australian accent.
Well, let's talk a little bit about audiobooks and the problem with audiobooks. Audiobooks are a great tool, and I think they still have a place, but they're passive.
Yes, they are.
Kids are just listening, and I don't care how much you guide them, they're not following along with the words as they highlight. And I'll use my son as an example. He was using a lot of I won't name the particular audiobook tool that he was using, but he finally got to an age where he was reading books that were legitimately of interest to me.
Yeah.
So he would be listening to the audiobook, and I would always say, are you following along? Are you going with those
Yeah.
highlighted words?
Yeah.
So I read the same book, and then I would ask him questions about it.
Yeah.
And I never will forget this. There was a book series that we were reading, Tuesdays at the Castle. Great little series. And at the end of the first book, the castle dies, but it almost immediately comes back to life. So
Yeah.
it's obviously science fiction. Well, he comes to me at the end of the book, and he says, Dad, the castle died. How are they going to make an entire series out of the book? Y'all, he had completely missed the fact
That it
that
came
it had come to
back.
life. And that was an aha moment for me that audiobooks are not enough. And kind of out of that need for engagement, Buddy Books was born. And that's what Buddy Books
Wow.
does. It forces the engagement, because when it's the kids' turn to read, they don't read out loud. After a little bit, it pops
Yeah.
up and says, I can't hear you. Check your microphone.
Oh, wow.
So, Jason, you've been doing this for a while because we kind of follow each other for different conferences and things like that. How long have you been with Buddy Books?
So I've been with ObjectiveEd about 5 years or so,
Yeah.
and we've been doing Buddy Books for 4 of those years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You're doing a good job out on social media because I've heard about you.
Good
just
deal.
through
Thank you.
Social
I'll
media.
pass that along to Marty, who does
It
all our
sounded
social media.
almost a little ominous. I've heard about you.
Hey, I've heard about y'all too. So
That's so funny. So if somebody wanted to get access or find out a little bit more, where could you direct them?
easiest way is go to our website. It's www.objectiveed.com. Lots of information that's there. You can always just reach out at info@objectiveed.com as well. Happy to talk to anybody.
Okay, awesome. Well, this has been really, really good. I
Thanks-
really appreciate your
Thanks
time.
for having me.
Thank
It was
you.
painless.
It's good seeing you again.
You as well.
Outside of LinkedIn. All right. Bye, y'all.